Despite It Chapter 2 being an end of the story adapted from Stephen King's novel, we still might get another part? The question is, how can the It franchise continue? Will there be an It Chapter 3 or a prequel film? Keep watching to find out. The story. It Chapter 2 served as an end of the film adapted from Stephen King's best-selling novel. The second film was released 27 years after the first one as the Losers Club defeated the evil clown called Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård. The outstanding cast also includes James McAvoy as Bill Denbrough, Bill Hader as Richie Tozier, and Jessica Chastain as Beverly Marsh. They came back to their hometown of Derry, Maine, and the scary adventure started. Now, even though the film had its end, and to be honest, the initial idea everyone had, mainly the director, was that this was a definite end. But the actor who plays Pennywise, the dancing clown, and the director of both It movies are now more than enthusiastic about making another film. We all certainly remember the ending of the second film, when Pennywise was gone for good. The members of the Losers Club rip out his heart, and the blood oath scar on their hands disappear, so they retain all of their memories when they leave Derry. The book ends where the second movie ends. So that is the final chapter of this story, Pennywise actor Bill Skarsgård said in an Entertainment Weekly. Andy Muschietti, the director of both It films, completely agreed with him, as in an interview with Digital Spy. He said that this is the conclusion of the story between the losers versus Pennywise. This is the end. In the end, there's a conclusion, there's a resolution. But it looks like things have changed for both the actor and the director. There are plenty of sequels, prequels, reboots, and remakes nowadays that are mostly caused by the first film's success. So that's likely the reason for the director of It to change his mind and continue its story. In an interview with IO9, Muschietti explained that he would love to explore the books more deeply. According to him, mythology is something that offers a lot. He said it has been on Earth for millions of years. He's been in contact with humans for hundreds of years, every 27 years. So you can imagine the amount of material. Does this mean we're going to see a completely different It continuation? One that is not based on the second film's events? Right type of a continuation. In an interview with EW, Skarsgård said that the third film would have to be the right type of approach to it. He then explained that history would be a really interesting aspect for a potential third film. There is this interesting aspect of going back in time before all this happened, Skarsgård told. As he explained, there might be a story there that might be worth exploring. And what came as a surprise is when he said that this would be a story that's not in the book. It would be a freestanding story, but obviously within the same universe. So there might be something interesting out of it. Well, we bet. So guys, what do you think It Chapter 3 will deliver? Maybe we're going to see a Pennywise origin story. As we previously said, the main reason for directors making a sequel to the original film is, of course, success. According to Box Office Mojo, the franchise has grossed $920.7 million at the worldwide box office. Based on what the director said, even though nothing is confirmed yet, we could expect the next film to be released sometime in 2023. A third chapter. Even though many things point that we're going to see the third film of It, there are also many things that point to a third movie being really unlikely. There's plenty of interest in the additional adventures of Pennywise and the Losers Club, but as we previously said, the director seems uncertain about the idea, as he stated that the sequel was the conclusion of the story between the losers versus Pennywise. This way, the two movies served as the whole story of Stephen King's classic novel. Also, you might didn't know this, but the director of the film, Andy Muschietti, has made a huge change in the plot when adapting Stephen King's original book. According to him, there were so many options. He simply knew there was something that he wanted to do without being focused or defined about Beverly being in the deadlights. That really worked well for the end when they caught it and made it the reason why the losers have to stay in town. The director explained in an interview with Digital Spy. They simply created a reason for the losers to stay. If they go, they will die. For fans who have not read the book, this doesn't happen there. The crew behind the film also planned a sequel to King's It. However, back when the second film was filmed, they did it with an initial idea that this would be the last one. But as you can see, they did leave a key plot point. Nevertheless, They should definitely start working as soon as possible if they plan for a third film, because fans would expect the young cast to appear in it in flashbacks, like in the sequel, and we certainly wouldn't want a new cast. And as we previously said, the third film is unlikely to be connected to the second one, as the actor Bill Skarsgård confirmed in September 2019 that the continuation is not quite what people expect, and that it would be something different. Now, this happened shortly after the release of the second movie, and ever since, the director hasn't spoken much about it. But Muschietti, first, it became a really big hit, making considerably more money than anyone predicted when it was released back in 2017. So, Warner Bros. Should probably take a look at those dollar signs and think about various ways to continue this franchise, despite the fact that they've already completed the main story from the book. How would you guys feel about a completely different continuation of It? Let us know. The plot. Now, if It 3 happens, what would be the focus of the film? Well, there are two possible factors that could play a key role. First, we need to mention that two elements of the book were left out. The first one is the wider Macroverse, Maturin the Cosmic Turtle, and the origins of Pennywise. These two elements are both important, and when Muschietti explained what the next film might bring on, he thought about the origin of Pennywise. As we previously said, he explained in an interview with IO9 that mythology is something that always has opportunities to explore. Of course, there's always the possibility of a bad continuation, one that could feel boring and without quality. As you know, this mostly happens if the main drive is, money. But with the right script, the right cast, and if they can get Bill Skarsgård to reprise the role, the third film would be as good as the previous two. When it comes to fans, they really want a Tim Curry cameo. His portrayal of Pennywise in the 1990 TV miniseries was beyond terrifying. So it would be great if Mr. Curry decides to do a quick cameo in the next It chapter. We don't know if you've noticed, but there was a replica of Tim Curry's Pennywise in the 2017 It movie. This happened in the scene where the character Richie gets trapped in a room of clown dolls. One of the dolls gives a likeness with the Tim Curry clown. The actor can even serve as a great key point in the origin story of It. When it comes to the writing crew behind the film, the writer Gary Dauberman thinks spin-offs from the previous two films would be great. There are definitely elements of the novel you could expand on and make its own movie, he told Comic Book Movie. There's no doubt that the It films were excellent in several ways. If a third movie were to succeed, what would you want to see in it? Also, what do you guys think the plot of the third film would be? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.